Dean Macpherson is the new Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, tasked with overseeing the management of government's 880,000 buildings. Some of the facilities are in a bad condition, while others have been hijacked by criminals. This week, the minister got a first-hand experience as he embarked on an oversight visit to the Telkom Towers Building in Pretoria.
I'm not sure that it was worth the money that we paid for it. You know, it's always shocking to see with your own eye that public buildings, which is supposed to be the pride of our nation, we're supposed to be proud of what we're owning. We're supposed to be proud of our buildings. We're supposed to see public workers and servants go into their buildings full of pride in their places that they work. And yet we sit with buildings like this.
The multi-million rand building housed Telkom headquarters until 2016, when it got acquired by the South African police for 695 million rand. It was later renovated for 215 million rand. The minister says after his walkabout, he's convinced that there are serious problems at the facility. He's now launched an independent investigation.
The terms of reference for the independent investigation to provide me with these answers will take the following. What led to the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure buying the Telkom Tower complex and whether the purchase was necessary at all? The process which was followed for contracts to be appointed and whether the contractors were fit for purpose. Whether the purchase of the complex by the Department of Public Works was the best option available for the South African Police Service. Whether any officials should be held accountable for the position that the department now finds itself in relation to the purchase and renovation of the building.
The City of Tshwane's officials also formed part of the oversight visit to the Telkom Towers Building. Mayor Celia Brink says the department is the biggest landlord with government buildings spread out across the city. He's flagged issues with the state of some of the government buildings.
So you've got instances where the lifts aren't working, where wiring was rewired in a way that makes no sense and creates a health hazard. No proper ventilation. The electrical light systems that don't work. So that was a technical determination by the municipality to withdraw the occupation certificate. The city won't have a direct role in that probe, but it is the success of those kinds of steps that will bear fruit for the residents of the city of Tshwane.
Officials say the government buildings that have been hijacked by criminals will have to be reclaimed and the stalled projects resuscitated. Some public workers say they've been blowing the whistle and flagging the deteriorating state of the government buildings with no joy.
There's a lot of problems. Government buildings belonging to the government that DPW is responsible for is falling apart. I'm working in the police sector and I can tell you everywhere police stations are falling apart. It's really problematic for us. There are still people that's working here. So despite the fact that the building has been closed by the department as not fit for human occupation, people are still working here. But we are very glad that the minister came to ground level and see for himself what we are complaining about for several years now.
The police officials that were asked to vacate the building for safety have since been housed in various spaces elsewhere. Minister Macpherson wants the workers to return to the building in about 6 months' time. He will in 60 days announce a way forward as part of the broader interventions in a bid to tackle concerns of fruitless and wasteful expenditure at buildings belonging to government. SABC News in Pretoria.